Welcome back to Trumbull Valley. We are right on the cusp of getting our first Haven device, which I'm kind of excited about. The Haven device, before I ended up needing to take over a lot of the mission scripting duties, the Haven device was actually my baby on this update. So it was the one that the one item that I was most involved with and most interested in. So because we've been talking about Clio for so long, we've been talking about the Haven protocol teased at the end of Heartland for so long, and we deliberately left these teases because we were excited about something that we were planning on doing in the future. And the Haven protocol was kind of what we had in mind for a very, very long time. And so it was nice to be able to finally pay off on it. So let's find out what that is in just a second. I had a question I was going to answer. What was it? Oh, Muppet Punk asks, what happens if I leave Trumbull and then later come back?
It would be to our mutual advantage to
Oh,
discuss
shush,
this offer.
Wandering Trader. Will my allied story peeps still be in place? Yes. So actually, part of what was difficult about scripting the missions for Update 26 was the fact that we actually were using a new set of tools that would allow us to actually leave the story in place if you leave and come back. So most of the time when you leave a map in our game, we just void everything. Like anything that you had going on that map, including all of your missions, all of your allies, it's all gone. And you restarted a new map. And if you came back to the old map, we treat it like you went to a new place that is just coincidentally very similar, kind of like coming back to Trumbull Valley a million times in Breakdown. But for this particular set of stories, because they were just sort of very, they had very specific characters, and it's a very specific place with a very specific story, it would be weird if you could just leave and come back, or restart your map. Like if you went into the difficulty menu and you reset your map difficulty, that's the same as moving maps. And it just seemed really weird to us that you could reset your map difficulty and have all of those story missions restart from the very beginning like they hadn't happened. It just felt really odd. And so we decided to implement a new way of managing, of remembering the state of all of these different enclaves. So that means that if you leave Trumbull Valley with a given community and come back with that same community, all of those missions should still be in the same state that they were in before. You should still be allies with the same people, friends with the same people, and all the missions should pick up right where they left off. That's how it's supposed to work. Tell us if it doesn't, but that was what we intended to do. Okay, so we want a Haven device. So what that's going to mean is we're going to have to deal with a pretty rough siege in here. Oh, wait a minute. No, hold on a second. I've got an auto shop here. I've got an auto shop, and I like my auto shop. I'm going to have to destroy my auto shop to make room for the Haven device. Do I want to do that right now?
Neighbor, Chelsea here with some good news. The samples you helped me collect are exactly what I needed to finish this puzzle.
Oh yeah, we can work with this.
I still have to double check my data, but I have a really positive feeling about this. I'll be
Let's
touching base
just
soon.
make a few things here. I've already got a heavy upgrade kit. Let's just make sure that we've got all the toolkits in the world. And then, let's break down this auto shop. No more auto shop. Okay, Dr. Hoffman.
I'm sad to see her go, but I want to honor Cleo's wishes. Will you take her?
Honestly, she's a little creepy. No, I'm not going to say that. We'd be honored.
I'm glad to hear you're on board. Isabella will handle the installation process.
I couldn't agree more. So, Cleo, you ready to be roommates?
That information is not available at this time.
It looks like we have everything we need for me to start the installation process.
All right.
But as
Nope.
we all know, Cleo's broadcast frequencies draw a lot of attention from the Zeds. It's gonna get a lot worse around here before it gets better. So, tell me when you're ready.
She ain't kidding. You better gear up before she turns that thing on.
Ready to make history?
Let's do it.
Terrific. Okay, Cleo, I'm getting started.
Let's see if I've got...
That information is not available at this time.
Here I go.
Okay, so Haven device has started building where my auto shop used to be. I probably shouldn't be wasting these high caliber bullets on the smaller zombies. I should just use this gun if juggernauts show up.
Installation at 12% completion.
Cleo, I can read the progress bar myself. You don't have to tell everybody.
I love Isby's relationship with Cleo. She gets annoyed at Cleo the same way as she would get. She just treats Cleo like a human, or like, you know, maybe not exactly like a human, but like the equivalent of a human. Well, everybody else, I think, either treats her as a thing. I think Mickey sort of thinks of her as a thing, and Hoffman, you know, thinks of her as this
Installation is at 26.
kind of mysterious entity that she has to treat with a lot of respect.
Okay? This is groundbreaking science here.
Isby just relates to her like a friend.
Drop the screamer now.
This hasn't been bad so far. We had a much worse siege earlier.
Additional hostile targets.
Oh, hello.
So when does the helpful part come in?
Okay, yeah, there comes some real zombies. I kind of don't want to kill them all. Well, we're not really close to the end of the siege yet. Closer to the end of the siege, though. I want to make sure there's a bunch of zombies around the base.
Talk to me, Isabella. What's going on?
I should have a shot of espresso. Hey, thank you. Anybody else?
This can't go on much longer.
Sure it can. Oh, get off. Oh, where's that screamer? Our sieges can be pretty unpredictable sometimes. Is it though?
Unauthorized input rejected.
There's a lot of randomness that goes into a siege.
I need a breather. Watch the Pharaoh.
Oh, Feral where? Wah!
We appreciate everything the sheriff did for us, so we dropped off a little thank you gift. Just a little bit more and I'll be done.
Okay, we're almost there.
At 92% complete.
I'm gonna stop killing zombies.
Thinning out. Keep fighting.
I want to see some explosions. Nope. Why are you?
Installation complete. Haven protocol initiated.
Oh, look at this. Haha! Take that, zombies.
Holy crap! What was that?
That was Cleo's Haven protocol coming online. Congratulations, Isabella. Seems that your plan worked.
Active countermeasures are in effect. Minimal aggression signal detected.
That means all clear in Cleo speak.
Note that Cleo's Haven protocol does more than simply shut down the zombies that get too close.
That's right, Doc. It also wards away anything nasty that wanders by. Your base is officially Zed-proof.
Well, it appears that our work here is done.
Thank God you were here.
We'll be up at the campground if you need us. At least for now. Take care, everyone. Especially you, Cleo.
Your cooperation in this experiment has been noted.
I strongly recommend hooking the Haven device up to a constant power source for maximum effectiveness. That said, Cleo does have their own internal battery, so they'll protect you even if you lose electricity. Oh, one more thing. You may want to consider liquid cooling, unless you enjoy replacing lots of parts.
I've got the builder
See you
boom.
later.
I'm okay.
Don't get dead, okay?
And off they go. So now we've got the Haven device. Ready to explode zombie heads with wild abandon. So I think this will probably make a pretty good thumbnail. So now what? That was kind of a lot. So we did have a question. Somebody asked me, Don Raven King asked, is Tressie Red Talon? No, I believe not. Unless there's something Andy didn't tell me. I don't think the intent is for her to be Red Talon. The intent was for her to seem like somebody who has been living and scavenging in Trumbull Valley for a long time. And since Red Talon had a presence here and then was kind of forced to retreat, she's got Red Talon gear on her that she's been using. So let's see. Do I have anything to sell? I don't really have a lot to sell. I was going to go check out that Wandering Trader. So I've got a fair amount of influence. Though, let me, you know what? Are there any backpacks I don't like? I'm not really a fan of the neon green backpacks. I've got so many neon green hiking packs. Where do those come from? The reason I'm looking for stuff to get rid of, like, yeah, I don't need to have 2 of those, probably, hopefully. I've got so many weapons. Do I have any duplicate weapons I don't mind selling? Sledgehammer. Ooh. Fancy police knife. I wonder if I can grab enough, if I've got enough stuff to sell that I can get up over the 2,000 mark and go claim a different base. Now, if I claim a different base, I will have to reinstall the Haven device for the second time. And maybe that's okay, because that's actually 2 different missions. There's the special mission where Isby installs the Haven device for you, but then there's the version of the mission where you install the Haven device yourself. And we had to implement and test both of those missions separately. So maybe that'll actually be kind of a fun way to spend this Haven device themed episode, is to actually play through both Haven device missions. Cogs, what are you talking about? So Trumbull Valley is set a fairly long time after Heartland. There's plenty of time for Tressie to live here.
Thanks again for helping us with our little Zed problem.
In the wake of Heartland.
You guys want to come running with us?
And still have spent a lot of time here before the player gets here. Like, that's not a timeline issue. And also,
Hello.
even if she was there
Hello.
during Heartland,
I represent Red Talon.
does that mean you necessarily would have run into her? Maybe not. She could totally have been living in Trumbull Valley then and just not talking to you.
I'm looking to do some trading.
Yes.
Ooh, they've got ammo. I have trouble not buying ammo. You know what? Oh, ooh. Okay, heavy-duty ammo press. I've already got a heavy-duty ammo press. I wish they were giving me a different ammo press. That would be nice. You know what? I can afford to grab one of these military ammo sacks, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got the resources I need to go claim a different base. The question is, which one? Oh, wait, no, that's not a question. This is the one I can afford. So this is the one we're going to do. It has 2 large outdoor slots, which means I can reinstall both the Haven device and my auto shop. So that feels worthwhile. Let's disconnect that. And wait a minute, did I just voided my marker. There we go. let's head to Marshall and claim the fort. I do still expect that I'll eventually end up in the farmhouse. Like that's my ultimate destination. But I'd love to spend some time in each of these places. And I've heard that actually there are some issues with having sieges in Fort Marshall. That that your people might be a little less effective there than in other places. Ooh, wait a minute. Is there some good stuff to loot over here?
Thing for your to-do list.
Ooh, a mysterious wandering trader. It's okay, I guess. What's in here?
This will come in handy.
So, Cox, even though in the game, characters. So what Cog says is, nope, I completely explored Heartland. I would have found Tressie if she was there. Okay, so first off, I don't think Tressie needed to be there. Like, it's totally possible she didn't move in until after you had solved the problems that were plaguing that area. So she didn't have to be there for the timeline to work. But also, even if she was there, you go and visit a site, then the next site, then the next site. She could just be following along behind you, going to sites you've already visited. Like, there's no reason to assume that just because you visited every site and looked in every place, that Tressie wasn't there, just moving around. Like, I don't think that now, while, in gameplay terms, of course, our characters don't do that, there's nothing, like, in story terms that means that it's impossible for her to have been there.
That's pretty heavy.
Do we have any mods in the chat who can get rid of this? Thank you. Thank you, moderator, for getting rid of that person. Cogs, if I said a specific amount of time after Heartland, I think I was probably estimating. Like, I don't know if we actually have an official specific amount of time that passed between two stories. It was just some time. I might have been guessing if I gave you a specific time. Brown Alligator says, Tressie was busy building all of those zombie death traps. That's funny. I had not considered that might have been a known character doing that. I think when the artists set those up, they were just messing around. And they didn't have a particular character in mind who was the source of those. But who knows? Maybe that was another, like, maybe making trebuchets or things was a thing that Tressie got into in college. Oh, yeah, Ranithcord points out that Tressie could easily have been in Fairfield or Mount Tanner, which totally would have made her inaccessible during Heartland. I think I might have heard a knock at my door. Let me just double check that real quick. Nope. Nobody knocking at my door. I'm just imagining things. So let's wait a minute. What was that container? Oh, it's just a fridge? Okay. I still am looking for scraps of circuitry. So if I see any, like, electrical box or something like that that's searchable, I'm going to want to do something about it. Oh, come on. Get off.
I have to rest.
Whew, all right. Let's head in here.
I'm exhausted.
Okay, Isby here again. I am officially a genius. I've cracked our mystery radio signal, and let me tell you, this is a gold mine. And to show my thanks, I invite you to join me and get stinking rich.
So there is the Isby mission that traditionally has repeated multiple times that we fixed in the latest hotfix. So let's get this base set up,
Keep this up.
and then maybe we can chase down that mission too. Okay, who's left? All right, so all my cars should have moved over, all my stuff, all my people. And let's have a look at... All right, so cramped barracks. We definitely need beds. We need 13 beds in this community because not only do we have 12 people, but I think one of them is a demolitions expert who keeps explosives piled up under his bed and needs extra space. So let's build our Red Talon bunk room in here. Let's repair the clinic. That's really important. We should build a workshop. At least we got a lot of labor, right? So, where's the auto shop? There it is. Build the auto shop there. I think everything else... Yeah, I don't have enough labor for anything else. So, we'll let those go. What is your problem, zombie? The rest of you want to come in?
Damn sorry about all this.
Okay, I just want to get a few things started before we kick off the Haven
And
device.
just like that, we're better off.
Like our defensive towers, for instance. In the meantime, I can catch up with the chat here. And... Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm just being reminded of some scheduling stuff that's going on today. Actually, yeah, while we're waiting for these... I'm sorry, this is going to be really weird. While we're waiting for stuff to happen, let me... I need to send a message to somebody at work about a scheduling change that just took place. Okay, cool. I have adjusted my plans. Let's see what's going on at the base here. Got any more labor back yet? No, we don't. However, maybe we can install a mod? Clio support transmitter. Not a bad thing to have. Workshop. Oh yeah, we have no labor left. Okay. Well, we'll let this stuff keep going. I should probably switch characters. This character's getting exhausted. Who should defend us during this Haven device? Maybe I should go back to the Bunny Lord. She's got a lot of health. She can survive a lot.
Look, if we don't build more storage, we can't hold on to what we've got.
This base is so large. I have trouble finding my way around. Okay, here we are. There's the supply locker. Let's make sure we got enough bullets. We don't have enough bullets, just in general. We do have 38 ammo, though, so maybe I should just distribute some extra and see if I get anything that I like. Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Let's make this mag count, kiddos.
There's another bug. Okay, we're getting there with the cramped barracks. And okay, and we've got our military clinic. So, let's do this. Upgrade our health. And then with our upgraded health, maybe we're ready to install
Now that I've done the heavy lifting,
the Haven
any of
device.
you could take the Haven device apart and put it back together later.
Aha!
When you break it down, just keep Cleo's memory core in a safe place. You'll need that to reinstall the device.
I have done that, I believe. Let's see. Yep, here we go. We've got the Haven capsule. We've got scraps of circuitry. We got just enough for this, but not enough to upgrade our workshop. Uh-oh. Well, we'll worry about that later. Let's build the Haven device.
I'm getting started.
This many Zeds around our home can only mean one thing. We're gonna get a siege.
All right, so it's kind of funny. The character that I brought on as my computer expert, Nines, or Ninez,
This is Cleo.
she's
Please
got
stand by.
Isby's voice.
Not bad.
So it's going to sound like Isby is installing her, which is going to be fun for me. Okay, let's prepare for zombies.
Getting to work.
This is my
Ooh.
I'm not letting one Zed in.
I don't hear this music all the time.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to like this.
So, Ranethcord, we don't specifically say if the copy of Cleo that we have is the only copy, though the fact that you have to like assemble find a specific piece of hardware in order to install her. You know, like you have to go that very first mission with Nikki. You have to get that Cleo Core device, which is the only place she can really install Cleo. Like I think she copies Cleo onto her laptop or whatever, like a bunch of information, but I don't think anything can run Cleo besides the Cleo. So even if she has another copy, she doesn't have another like active version of Cleo running around in the world anywhere. Except, you'll notice that,
Was that the last wave?
Isby talks about
It better fucking be.
Isby talks about how her satellite network is falling apart, but it's not already gone. Like, it's not that, the moment she copies Cleo down, Cleo is eliminated from the sky. On the contrary, Cleo is still there for everybody
Yo, Cleo,
else.
how's it going over there?
But she might fall apart in the future.
Is at 26% completion.
And so what we wanted to imply with the Haven device was that, and with this whole mission series, I thought I heard a screamer over here. Oh, there he is. Oh, did I just run right by this guy? What we wanted to imply was that, basically we didn't want to leave cliffhangers for State of Decay 3. And so if we had this Haven Protocol, Cleo, who is Cleo, cliffhanger, that would make them feel like they had a responsibility to immediately answer those questions. And we just didn't want that to be how it went. We want that, we want that game to be able to tell its own story, kind of independent from the stuff that State of Decay 2 set up.
Here we go again.
Whoa! This is a lot of zombies. This is a much bigger siege than the other one. No! Get off the Bunny Lord.
Fire in the hole!
Rock and roll, motherfuckers. It's time to regulate.
So anyway, so the implication is, don't expect, if you play another game that takes place in the future, don't expect to see Cleo around. Cleo is falling apart. You shouldn't expect her to be a major part of the story. But
Yo, we've got another wave.
because we've set up this situation where one community is keeping Cleo alive, it's possible for someday in the future for us to bring her back. So this is mainly partly this is a way for us to know. Partly this is a way for us to deliver, the Haven Protocol to you, which is a thing we always wanted to do. And this is one of the things we've always imagined that Cleo would be particularly good at. Oh gosh! But also,
2% completion.
Come on, guys. Let's show the Zeds what we're made of.
what was I saying? Sorry, I'm getting very distracted.
Installation complete.
Haven Protocol's on.
Initiated. Have a nice day.
Fucking A.
Nice.
Okay, that was a little too scary.
Haha.
Your cooperation in this experiment has been noted.
So now we've got a working Haven device. No risk at the base at all. So let's use some of our remaining labor to clear this stuff up. And do we have any left to upgrade the workshop? We do. Upgrade the military clinic. Yes, things are going very well. So I guess, ooh, the CNC mill. Let's install that. Yep, there we go. But yeah, so we have this implication that there was one community out there somewhere that got a copy of Cleo, a functional copy of Cleo, down into the world. And so because we're implying that that community exists, it's possible for us to someday in the future bring Cleo back if we want to, and say that this is part of the story, that she was brought back by an intrepid little community led by Hoffman and Isby, these regular characters, but also some player characters participated in it. So I don't know. I really like that idea. Who are you shooting at? Okay, how about what? What are you doing? Do I need to go bring that Juggernaut over here?
Damn, too loud.
Wait, is there even a way through? Hey, Juggernaut, can you get through this fence? Oh, no, it's locked. We can spawn zombies back here, but you can't get in. Oh, weird. Okay. That's an interesting scenario. Cool. I'll have to make note of that at some point. So T-Gel says, I love the Haven device. It's so awesome. Thank you. I'm really excited about it too. It's one of my favorite things that we built for this particular update. Melitor says, so the Bunny Lord running Cleo is canon for State of Decay 3. No! It's whatever community you built the Haven device in, that's the story. We're trying to lean into having your story be real, and not just have it be, have the story of our game only be the things that we wrote ourselves. Whew, okay. Well, there's a bunch of chaos going on over here. We got this lovely green glowing Haven device in the background. Unfortunately, it's weird actually that its range, the Juggernaut is just barely outside its range. Because if it was inside the safe area, it would get Havened. Ow. I wonder, can I do something to tempt it over to me? Thing is, I think that because it's behind an impassable wall, I think it can't navigate to me, which means it won't try to move. Okay, it looks like we are hitting it. Our watchtower people are hitting that zombie. Sometimes. So eventually, it's probably gonna die. Oh, that's so weird. I'm just getting obsessed with this. It's really, really strange. Oh, let me answer this other message from work. All right. Well, I guess we're done.
Boring.
Oh, sorry, Becky. I didn't mean to bore you.
So that's our exit queue,
Here's
right?
some zombies. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of messing around now. Okay, I wish it was a little bit easier for me to figure out where to go to find scraps of electronics. I know I'm going to need them. I guess I should figure out what I want to do next, because... Oh, wait a minute. Isby's mystery, breaking the code. Of course. That's what we should do next. All right. So let's wrap this session up with all this cacophony of gunfire in the background, because whatever. Welcome to State of Decay 2. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click that link right there. I'm going to move on to play Isby's no longer repeating third mission, and that's going to be here when it's ready. So go ahead and click on that if you want to continue. If you're watching me live, we're just going to continue right now.